What it do, what it do, what it do, what it do. My people. We back at it, man.
We in this bitch.
What it do, man? G's and Gents podcast, man. DJ Mr. ALC, a.k.a. Mr. Wendell.
Yes, Lord.
With my boy Rambo, man. We got a very special guest in the building today. Hey, you know what I'm saying? This man is a legend in the game, man.
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm talking about? He been in the game for many years, man. Holding it down. Hey, I call him the blue check man because he the only person from where we from that got the blue check on them boys, man. Blue check boys, man. Official blue check, man. Entrepreneur, vet in the game, man. Hey, he's so official, man. Your boy was his DJ, man. Holla at me, boy. Holla at me, boy. Hey, man, everybody give it up for Mike Manik.
What's up, y'all?
What's good, my boy? How you doing?
Everything, man.
Everything good?
Blessed.
Man, hey, you know what, man? It's been a while, man.
Yeah.
Ain't
nothing changed, though.
Yeah.
He said ain't nothing changed.
Ain't nothing changed at all, man. It's good to see my boy, man. It's been a minute since we chopped it up, man. So I definitely had to make sure you slid through and blessed us with, you know what I'm saying?
Blessings mutual.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
I mean? Thank you for having me.
Oh, yeah, for sure, man. So, basically, man, today, man, I just wanted to let everybody know introduce my boy, man, to the G's and Gent world.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord.
You know what I'm saying? Very legendary, man. This is very legendary today.
This is some real shit going on right now,
man. This boy got the game.
Right here on G's and Gents.
But yeah, man, we're going to take him back down through there, man. So, you know what I'm saying? As far as Mike Manik, man, where did the name come from? I always wanted to know that myself, man.
Well, Mike, man, I've done been introduced as everything. You know what I mean? Like, when they see it spelled, it's like a lot of people want to say Mig. No, it's Mike, like microphone for short.
Yeah.
They done brought me on stage as Maniac, everything, you know what I mean? Yeah. So, but it's like Mike, like microphone for short, and then Manik, because, I was known to be a little wild when I was younger, a little crazy.
So this is short for Maniac.
He's a wild boy.
Maniac.
I was a little wild, yeah, but, people saying I had crazy flow, had crazy, presence on the mic, so it just kind of was fitting. So Mike Manik, crazy on the mic.
Yeah.
What you was doing? You say a little crazy past? What you was doing? Beating the shit out of people because you big in the amount of things.
Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Yeah, I'm 6'7".
God damn! You done beat some shit up.
Back in the day, maybe. No, I just wildin', man. I grew up over on Sperry Street on the west side, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
He a track baby.
So
let me find out he a track baby.
I mean, I was at Westgate a lot. I was everywhere.
Ooh.
George Wright.
I mean, you can say you thugging this G's and Gents.
That's what it is. You ain't got to sugarcoat.
I was down there on Sunday afternoons when everybody had the rides out at the park. Me and my brother coming through there in a little lowered S10 with 15s in the back bed, not even in the truck, in the bed of the truck, just trying to beat stuff apart back in the day.
Y'all gonna hear us.
Hey, my boy, for those who don't know what Westgate is, man, this is the West Side track, baby. Right?
Come on, man.
What's Westgate, man? What is Westgate?
Westgate, if your people ain't come up in Westgate, you ain't even official. God, that's where you found out when you was like that. You know what I'm saying? That's the official West Side. You know what I'm saying? Westgate, G-Dub, you know what I'm saying? Over on Bottom Street, 26, all that. You know what I'm saying?
Over
Oak Park, shout out Oak Park. You know what I mean?
Over that hump.
Yeah, yes, Lord.
Once you make over that hump, make it over that hump.
That's real.
The hump.
Yes, Lord. I'm talking about the baby New Jack City over there. You hear me?
Yeah, man. Well, you know what? Everybody always act like it was something more, and in some ways it was. But everybody showed me love. It never was like they was just like, damn, big ass.
Yeah.
What's this dude talking about? And everybody meet me and they're like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
But anybody, they all grew up with me. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of the OGs are Crentons. I don't know if y'all know. I'm just going to, that's all my family, man.
OGs.
That's all my family. So I was over there wilding a little bit, doing the same stuff a lot of people from over there was doing, man.
Where you get
fighting, a lot of fighting, yeah. And I was a bouncer for a long time.
Yeah, you look like a big
My daddy put me in Taekwondo from like way back, so I had that background.
You were cheating.
And people, I took as many ass whoopings as I give. I'm gonna keep it real. You know what I'm saying? Like I get too drunk. Somebody, do what they do. be, little.
Nah, for real.
I'm telling you right now, little old Mexican about 5'8", put them hands on me, boy. It happened so fast. I was so drunk, and it was like, pop, 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 pop.
Throw that ass out.
I woke up. I was like, what the hell happened? It's like, man, you just got knocked the fuck out, just like that.
Man,
So I was just wilding, just being young and dumb.
Man, yeah. Hey, you know what, man? When I first met you, man, I was, I seen you because I remember one time I had a fight at the club at the Crosswire, man, back in the day. And it was a big dude, man. I'm swinging, and the more I swing, the more I'm coming up out the ground. Hey, next thing I know, I'm asleep.
Damn.
They done choked me from the back. So it was dude kind of favor you. I knew it wasn't you, but I was like, man,
I know exactly who it was, though.
Hey,
let's get this nigga.
Sleepy. You ready to go night?
Yeah, nah, for real.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. I ain't about that life no more, man.
Nah.
I'm a real peaceful type dude, man. I done worked all them demons out. I ain't got time for it. It's business nowadays.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Business and babies.
We was talking about it earlier, man. If it ain't presented as business, people ain't gonna take it as business.
Right.
You got to be serious, man. You really want to succeed in the music business. Doesn't matter what lane, what genre.
Right.
It's that stuff has to take a forefront, and people slip. Whatever, make mistakes, still get a little wild, get a little drink, still go out and slip up. But for the majority, you got to be about that business. So I grew up and forget all that.
So where did the musical influence come from? Because you see this big guy come to the hood, big white guy at that, come to the hood, everybody looking like, man, he in the wrong spot, man. Did music start back in the Westgate days, or did it come later in life?
A little bit of both, man. To be honest with you,
did you have that beard back then?
Man, I got it when I was like 13.
God
damn.
Hey man, I'm gonna tell you, we're gonna get off track for a second. You wanna hear some funny shit?
So
check it. So my best friend brings home his I ain't never been to his house. And his mama opens up the yearbook, and she said, hey, they got a picture of the janitor with the kids.
God.
And he was like, no, that's Mike. That's what I've been telling you. Come on, I come over there. And she's like, hey. She said, I feel like I need to ID you. She was good looking too, but anyway.
That is a Slavic beard. That beard is from the mountains of Caucasus, like my brother said. I was talking about that something dragged to the floor.
It's Viking heritage, man. Straight up Viking.
Ain't nothing wrong with
That's
it,
my
man.
bloodline, man.
You look like he looked like he born in Hogwarts. He talking about shit, damn it. What's that big dude of Harry Potter? What's the big dude? That's Hagrid.
Hagrid.
Hey, big
I'll take it. He was cool as a fan.
Nah, I fuck with Hagrid. That's my favorite dude in all Harry Potter. Real shit. But anyway,
I ain't never looked at it.
No, man, you gotta fuck with that, man.
I ain't never looked at it.
Hagrid.
I never looked at Harry Potter.
Man,
you tripping?
Yeah, you
for
sleeping,
real, man.
bro.
I don't know.
Man, Harry Potter is my guy.
That's an epic saga. Isn't that what they call it? A saga?
That's my guy.
I'm gonna have to go look at it,
real.
check it out, man. I never looked at it or even knew.
Something's hot, a little bit hot.
Yeah.
But you was asking about musical influence, man.
Yeah,
so
the
I'm
musical
gonna,
influence, man.
I'm gonna try and take it right
No,
to the core of it, man. So
Convo.
In one of my songs I say Mama was a hippie, Papa was a Rolling Stone, because that's how my mama was. I grew up listening from everything from like Janis Joplin to fucking Marvin Gaye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jimi Hendrix.
I was say Marvin Gaye.
Yeah, bro. Sexual Healing. My mom was jamming that shit. My country ass daddy was like, "What the fuck is that?"
Turn that shit off.
He's like, no. Actually, my daddy was like, "Damn it, hold up, man."
I ain't gonna lie. It kind of sounds good.
You know, my daddy. My daddy was one of them people that, man, to be honest with you, he was a transition from the old way of thought to the new way. Same with me. You know, like. My daddy, I always had friends staying the night over there, black, white, Mexican, Asians and shit. So my daddy was like, he realized that it was a different time. It was a time of growth for everybody. So, but anyway, that being said, my mom always listening to different music, man. I remember it like it was yesterday. Tupac is what really started it for me, man. It really got me. And I listened to everything from the Fat Boys, Beastie Boys, like old school fucking... You know, Rappers Delight and all that shit, De La Soul, like all that East Coast shit. You know what I'm saying? I listen to all that stuff, but my mom was listening to it. My mom was introducing all these different when I'm talking about man, I listen to Mozart. I listened to country music, rock music, classic rock, Leonard Skinner. What's that? Who did
music? Any music?
Yeah, man.
Music,
So
yeah,
just
yeah.
a super, and then church.
Yeah.
Man, so I sang in church from the time I was a little bitty fella.
Really?
Yeah. And I went to a church that was mixed. So every day after church, I go over to my friend's house, and all the new rap shit would be over there, bro. And there was just something that just spoke to me. It just grabbed me.
That shit started sounding
And I know,
good to you.
yeah, man. Beastie Boys I always have a lot of respect for them, and a lot of people don't give them the credit that was due. Everybody always like, oh, Eminem, the white first rap. No. Beastie Boys been doing like major things for hip hop on the East Coast way before Eminem was even considered.
Right,
you know
right,
what I'm
right.
saying? So I give them, is Eminem one of the greatest? Yeah, in my opinion. I don't listen to him on a regular basis like I used to.
The Beastie Boys was like on some rock shit though, right?
Nah, man. They was on hip hop.
Hip hop, yeah.
Yeah.
What song was
but
hip-hop?
they did a song with Aerosmith, Walk This Way.
Yeah.
They walk
They did
this way.
they did a remix.
That's rock.
That was one of the first rap hip hop remixes.
Walk this way.
But who was the famous DJ that was producing for all them cats back in the day?
What it wasn't Jam Master Jay, was it?
Yeah, Jam Master Jay.
okay.
So Jam Master Jay put some hip hop drums to Aerosmith's rock. And
Yeah.
that was like the first official rock rap collab that really did numbers. It was huge because Aerosmith was obviously doing big numbers and shit. So, yeah, man. And then,
So that's where your musical influence came in from right there?
well, Jam Master Jay did all that stuff for
Right.
Beastie Boys, and
Right.
it made me dig into all that stuff. So,
Right.
Yeah.
but most as far as like what rap came from was shit, man. I was in the hood, man. You know? I mean, let's be honest. I was in the hood, and it was a real crazy. It's the same with you. You know,
Yeah,
me and
yeah.
you've chopped it up too many
Right,
times
right,
about
right.
it. Like
Yeah.
my playlist was so crazy when I was in high school, man. I had a '67 El Camino on Trues and Vogues.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? And
boy
and one song would be like, you know, drama. Live, right. And then the next song would come on and be some rock and roll, some ZZ Top or something. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I just had such a big, broad taste for, but it was always rap whenever it was like party time or anytime it was like everybody kicking it and shit. Rap music was on nonstop. So, and I always had I don't know, like what do they call it? An affinity? Is that the word? An affection, whatever, for like just the rap aspects of it. Like the beats were cool. You know, everybody was always, at first it was really beat driven. It was like, that's crazy because they took all them old samples from like R&B and stuff. A lot of people don't know that a lot of those drum samples that Jam Master Jay and all them people were using was from like R&B music from way back in the gap, like in the 50s or some shit, 60s or some shit.
That's hard.
But I always had a love for more of the rap than I did the beats. The beats were always dope, and it was always like, yeah, everybody's dancing, the girls love it, shaking their asses, and all that stuff, and it was cool. But I always loved the words, man. So I got into like really listening to lyrics, and once I realized, like, shit, I know how to do that, and I can actually stay on beat. Hold up, you know, I started, So a buddy of mine, he is crazy. Everybody has that story, that moment. He had you remember back in the day they had the karaoke machine that had two tape decks and one of them recorded, right?
Yeah. Everybody messed with that, man.
Somebody had some beats. I don't, just like a hip hop beat, breakdancing, whatever the hell it was, and threw it on there and was like, Mike, man, come in here. And man, I was hooked. I heard myself on that thing, and I was like, damn. And it just, there it went. So I went to studios and stuff, and before I ever even met you, man, I was up in Dallas at the kitchen.
Okay,
remember
I remember that.
Rick?
Yeah.
So, I was up there doing things. I was all over the place up there back before it was even digital. Like the first tracks I was doing was on ADAT.
Yeah.
That's how long I've been, you know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for a minute.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
You ever seen what's that movie with NWA? Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
You remember when they was in the studio with
Looked like a VCR tape, man.
Easy, and he kept hitting that track that,
Yeah.
and then they kept rewinding. Like that's how they used to record.
Hell no.
Everything wasn't digital. You used to have to buy it and set it yourself. Like it wasn't on the
You
computer.
couldn't afford that.
You got no choice but to put in some work.
Well,
that's
because you ain't buying that stuff and putting it in your house.
Nah.
You couldn't have a home studio back then because that stuff was like, in today's money, was millions.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to have the stuff to do that, unless you had like, you know, I was in the hood and homeboy had somehow it came up on some stuff and was like, hey, come over here, you know.
I ran up on
some of that stuff ended up being like those same people I was messing with back then ended up at Valley of the Kings. It ended up being like Legacy ended up going up there and working with the cats and stuff, and they're still working and still
Matt.
They still work with Matt. Yeah. He I know when I didn't know that when they came, the mics that they had back then, the best mics ever.
Still to this day.
Like they take the old technology and put new new things around it, but it still got the old technology in the mic, give you that warm sound, and
you can't replicate it. There ain't no plug in that you can get with that. Yeah, most of them Neumann, some of those Neumann mics and some of the original Sures are blue. Some of them those big bottles, you know, that's got the interchangeable stuff, like one of those original ones. Good luck. If you can even find one, it ain't for sale.
Good luck.
It ain't even for sale, you know. But
but you heard yourself. So you heard yourself on the mic back then with the karaoke machine over your boy house. So when it go from there, it goes to, when does it get to the point where you serious and then you get in the actual recording studio?
Like a career.
Yeah.
So, man, fast forward, I guess, to like 98, 99, maybe 2000, somewhere right in there. The whole, like, computer recording thing became accessible. Yeah. And a cat moved here from Kansas City. I don't know if you guys even remember him. His name was C-Note, man. We ended up having a big falling out and stuff. Dude we were cool. Shout out to him. It's like I said, I let all my animosity go.
I know C-Note.
Not Carlton.
Not
Carlton. C-Note. That's my boy. That C-Note is like family to me. Yeah. But this was another one from out of town. He wasn't no Texas boy. He was from like Kansas or somewhere. He come down here and he was the one that kind of like, all right, let's do this and do that. And then I met Troy Gray.
Rest in peace to Troy.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace.
And me and T-Dub was peace and cares, man. Like me and that dude, like I literally, when I was talking about I was down there chilling, I was chilling at Troy's place. You know what I'm saying? Hard too. Yeah. And Troy was way ahead of his time. Ahead of his time. And me and him, he was always like, we challenged each other, man. You know what I'm saying? And really, really challenged each other as far as rapping. Now, I don't know about me challenging him. Dude was talented before I ever come along.
Nah, he was.
But he was. A lot of people don't know that he was a hell of a producer too. He made when Fruity Loops came out. I'm talking about edition number 1, version 1. T-Dub, hey, let me tell you, had it on lock within like a month. He was figuring out how he could. And we're talking about the crack version too. You know what I'm saying? Like we didn't even have to go buy it. He knew how to get around all that stuff.
What we on Fruity Loops 22 now?
So it was me and him and my friend Ronnie Pratt was in the mix. Ash was in the mix. You know, who else? There was Brandon Blaze.
Okay.
Blaze was around. Blaze was like 15. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Blaze was young. Young. And we started recording over there and man, it was always cool. We made a lot of decent music out there, but it was I've heard other people talk about this problem being in the studio. There was always 100 people there. It was always just crowded. You know what I'm saying? There was who knows what was selling out the back. You know what I'm saying? People drunk, like stumbling over the equipment and blaming it on other people and shit. So I moved my shit out to the country, man, and I never looked back. You know what I'm saying? Like I got broke into like 4 times. I stayed over on Houston Street. Got broke into. Got all my shit. Went to that dude's house. The last one, the first 3 they got me. The last one I actually had people watching my house because I knew they was coming. You know what I'm saying? They was waiting. They was waiting. And I went to that dude's house like G'd up, like 16, 20 of us deep. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and went and got all my shit back. And a week later, I was gone. I was at like, I gotta go. I got to get out of here because I'm gonna hurt somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get killed or kill somebody because I got babies. You know what I'm saying? And my wife's on my ass. Like, you know how Kim is. She was on my ass. She's like, look, I'll follow you to the ends of the earth, but we gotta do something different. So we moved out to the country, got all that. When we got that house, it came with a little. That building's about the size of this room, right, Wendell?
Yeah.
And we egg crated that bad boy up.
Shit,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And we really, we were doing some things that we were just progressing as the whole thing was. You know what I'm saying? It went from like that analog world, the digital world, and the music was progressing. You had the whole Master P movement come through. You can't in Houston. Swisher House was just
banging in.
Mike Jones was on everything. Magno was on everything. You know what I'm saying? and Paul Wall and Chameleonaire was doing big things too. And Paul was one of those. Another one of my. I wouldn't say like a muse, but like a influence, I guess, or something, because he was accepted. I'd been down there where he's from in Houston, and let me tell you something.
He lied.
We ain't hood. Paris is hood, but it's about this big. You go down there in Houston, and you find out real quick what hood is, man. It's a whole different. It's like New Orleans.
Yeah.
And Wards is different, man. So, you know what I'm saying? You hear from him?
One of them.
Okay. Yeah. So, you go to you get into the music game, and you get the influence, and I think we meet around 2000 and I know through J City, so it had to been 08.
Man, J City, bro, you gonna make me cry, bro. That was my dog. And J City, man, how can I forget that? J City was right in the middle of everything. I remember riding over to Clarksville and him being like, "Hey, look, man, I got like $15. What you got?" And I was like, "I got 10." He's like, "All right, just meet me over here. We're gonna grab a sack and we can go to the studio and just stay the whole weekend. Stay the whole weekend."
Yeah.
We'd stop by the grocery store and get us one of those big ass bags of chicken quarters. You know what I'm saying? We'd put them on the grill, smoke, eat them chicken. You know what I'm saying? Record all weekend, drink, I'm talking about. Me and him turned up. We had a lot of music together, man, that I don't know what the hell happened to it. Hey. What was with him and equipment just going crazy? Bro, whole shit crashing that we lose 3 albums.
Bro, I think he used to try to record himself and hit the wrong thing and it just crashed every day, man.
Rest in peace, Jay.
He was a good dude though, man.
He was
a good dude right there.
Super talented. Another guy that was way ahead of his time.
He way ahead of his time. But one thing about J City, man, when we used to work together, dude had a pen game that was just
never stop,
crazy.
Never stop.
You know what I'm saying? But then I remember him coming home late nights and I'm like, "Man, where you?" He like, "I've been at the studio." I'm like, "Bro, ain't no studio here. Where you been?" He like, "I'm on Mike house. You need to come out here, man. It's dope." And I'm like, "Man, I don't know what you talking about. I ain't finna just up and go over nobody's crib." You know what I'm saying? So, one day he ended up coming, and then I couldn't go out and meet you.
It was you, and it was
Legacy.
Yeah, he was there, but somebody else, Keith.
Yeah. And we come over there and we lay the music down, and it's first time I walk in, that's a big ass white boy.
God, that motherfucker.
Man, he was big. I look up and say, "Sure."
God, now what the fuck we gonna do?
So we walk in, man, and
Ashtray was there.
Yeah, Ashtray, man, and first time you go to somebody's studio, you feel like you auditioning for him. You know what I'm saying?
You basically.
You walk in there, man, you like, man, shit. I thought I was doing something, and then my boy hit the play button and. I'm like, I'm like, we walked into something right here. This is different.
Official.
This is different. Yes, Why they hiding these people in Paris, in the country, down here in Burristown somewhere?
Yeah, this is where I need to be.
But that's when I caught a lot of influence out of y'all, man, to the point where it made me kind of, you know what I'm saying,
and
step back into that.
We lied. We was we knew we was friends for life, man. I couldn't believe, to be honest with you, you showed us a bunch of love. So everybody did. Everybody just was I think everybody, there was no hate involved. Yeah. It was more just like, man, let's get out here and make some music, man, make some good music. And we did, man. We got a track.
Let me find out you an OG out here, man, for real.
Hey, man. I just used to, anybody with music, I used to just go and cause you never know, man.
You love this shit.
I love it.
Yeah, I know
you know what I'm saying.
I can tell everything you do, man.
Everything with the music, man. It's always been, but it come from them things like them boys. You know, he say Leck. You know, Leck was one of my first interviews on the radio station, bro. And I cannot find the interview.
I bet you I can dig it up.
I got it somewhere, bro.
I recorded all that stuff.
Yeah, like I got an interview.
You talking about when you first started this?
Yes.
Yeah, I got all that.
Oh man, you got that.
I was recording all that.
Oh man, if you got that, man, you got to give it to me. That's legendary.
I had to dig.
That's some deep shit right there.
Nah, man, for real.
I support my people. I call you. I'll be on a pipeline and you be like, man, what's that noise in the background? It's like a traco back there running or something.
Then comes 2010. King of the 903.
Oh yeah,
man.
Did you ever get to come to
wait a minute. You going too fast.
I'm going too fast. What I skip?
Buffalo Joe's.
Paris
Live open mic, baby.
Dang. I still ain't been to Buffalo Joe.
Hey, they started the book. They started the book.
Been inside
some rap stuff.
We gonna
shout out to Buffalo Joe's, man.
You want to go?
Y'all sponsor us? Buffalo Joe. Shout out to Buffalo Joe.
Hey, I got people. I know somebody. I bet I can make that happen.
Nah, you really do though.
Shout out to my boy Mike. What they got you on say, Mick? Shout out to my boy. Real straight up. That's real shit. We looking tired. Man.
Yeah, man.
But do you remember how that went down?
I think I do.
So Robbie and what's Big Boy that just passed away,
Big
man?
Dave,
Rest
man.
in
Rest
peace,
in peace
Dave.
to Big Dave Millsap, man.
Yeah, man.
Big Dave, Super Dave, man.
Yeah, they had that Paris Live open mic thing, and man, it was going pretty good, man. Leck was on there, Keith was on there, I was on there.
They had every artist in Paris on there.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good little platform, man.
It was a nice platform. We had a lot of things around here. It's just they didn't last because it takes support to keep things going, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You get so far in that damn bucket of crab mentality,
Yeah, man.
They see somebody just about to break, and then they reach up and grab you and try to pull you back down. And that's exactly what happened. But I'm not gonna get into that.
Hey, we gonna get into that later, man.
All right, yeah, well, there is some of that.
We finna get all into that.
All right.
Actually, we finna first before we get in there, we finna get in one of your songs that you sent me, man. You know what I'm saying? He got the
this shit is legendary. It's happening right now on G's and Gents. Hell is he talking about?
Hey, man. We finna get ready to play your song. I'm gonna let you introduce the song. We finna get ready to play, my boy.
Ooh.
All right, this is me featuring Paul Wall and Toe Down. It's called "Don't Mess with Texas."
Wait a minute, man. Wait a minute. You can't just say that like it's just normal.
You can't pass Paul Wall name up like that. You go back. My boy say he on this motherfucker with Mr. H-Town himself. You know what I'm saying? Go down. Shout out to my H-Town partners. That boy on here with Paul Wall. Hey, you talking about? Run that back.
All right. So you want a little background on this?
How did this future even come about?
Yeah.
Okay,
what
so as we were making this album happen, the record company that I was with, Damn It Boy, had a connection, and I had a connection through Toe Down. Do y'all remember who Toe Down is?
I don't.
Hell no.
It's the Texas Tycoons making country rap.
Oh, I do. Dirty Sound.
Dirty Sound.
Yeah.
It's about.
I don't know who the hell that is.
Okay, it's some stuff.
I know you're talking about.
Okay. So he was another Houston. He was another part of my Watson now.
Right.
Okay.
So I think him and Hawk was on that
Big
song.
Hawk. Yeah,
Big Hawk.
you know Hawk.
Big Hawk.
I know
Big
you know
Hawk was
Hawk.
on that song with him. Anyway, it was one of the first country rap songs besides "Ugly" with Bubba Sparks.
Okay.
So Toe Down was really in what I've got going now was one of the founding fathers. Him and what's that dude, Cowboy Troy?
Okay.
You remember that dude?
Okay.
And then Bubba Sparks and then him. But and then me and Toe Down met through one of my sponsors, one of my merchandise sponsors. They man, they in there getting crunk. Something going on in there. Man, we had to stop in there. We get over here or something.
Yeah, we gonna have to go. They in the kitchen throwing down, man. We gonna get us a fish plate when we get through, man. We gonna see what it's about. Yeah.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
Well,
you know,
that's
I go
what
in
it
there
is,
and
man.
fuck some fish up.
They in the
But
kitchen.
anyway. So, Toe Down is like, hey, man. He was in the building with like 5 people. That was like some of my top 5 rappers. Like
Right.
Zero was there. Fucking Paul Wall was there. Kiki was there.
Ooh, boy, you had all the legends.
I was about to say there's some legends there.
Slim Thug was there.
Yeah.
And they was all talking about Paul. You know what I'm saying? And how Paul had done so much as far as white boys were concerned in Texas. Like, he's true. You know, there was that Michael Knight dude, garbage.
Yeah.
And if you want to come see me, I ain't hard to find.
Oh,
I'm just gonna put that out there like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, he'll be watching. He watches every move I make.
Oh,
That's okay. Because he gonna watch G's and Gents for that shit.
Yeah, come on with it. We need the views and make sure and follow all this.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, sir.
So anyway, Toe Down was like, "Hey, look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all something. There's this dude named like Manik out of Northeast Texas. Y'all need to check him out because Paul is a very talented. Michael out-rap Paul." And I was like, "Man, don't do me like that."
Yeah.
And so they played some of my old stuff. You know, that first. Well, I say old stuff. Some of my first official album
Right.
through a record label. And they was like, "What? Who the hell?" And they played in this song that had this screwed out hook called "Breaking My Back."
Right.
So it was like, breaking my back. Wifey says I'm never home up early, working my fingers to the bone. And they said that Paul was like, was like, what? So he hit me up, and his manager, GU, hit me up and was like, "Hey, Toe Down told me that you was interested in blah, blah, blah. What do you, let's make this happen because we want that connection. When you want the connection, let's do this."
Right.
And at the time, I was talking to Johnny Dang about grills and all this and that.
Johnny Dang.
Yeah, man. So I got a camo set, emeralds and stuff in it.
Shout out to Johnny Dang.
Shout out to Johnny Dang.
I want a grill. Shout out to Johnny Dang.
But
can I have a grill?
There's a story behind it though, man.
Well, we're gonna get into your song before you get into the story. You know.
Goddamn Mike.
Okay, so anyway, so that happened. And Paul was actually like, I'm not gonna say we call each other on a basis or whatever, but he was excited about the song. He was like, "Man, it's perfect, represents for Texas." He's like, "Let's run it." And I ain't even gonna tell you, like, I stole that verse. Dude showed me a lot of love, man.
Ooh,
so
we got to steal for it.
Yes,
I'm just saying.
Well, we ain't gonna talk number because it ain't our business. But I mean, if you got to steal,
I'm not gonna put it out there.
steal.
When we get off of here, we talk about it.
All right, well, we can talk about it, man.
I got the plug if y'all need it. So
Ooh.
y'all let me know.
We finna get into this joint, man. Paul Wall, Mike Manik. You know what I'm saying? Called Don't Mess with Texas, man. Just like that on Jesus and Just podcast, man.
Yes, Lord.
Yes, we'll be right back.
Stupid ass. Hell no. That mother. Hey, man.
God.
You killed that mother. Hey, you was on that bitch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I'm not bullshitting.
He said, "I'm not bullshitting."
I'm not bullshitting at all. That bitch hard,
man. Damn.
No,
you want me to get all up in the mic like I'm about to?
You can scoot back a little bit.
You got to freestyle. You drop some shit like that, you got to freestyle.
Oh man, you can't do me like that, man.
I told you, fucking.
I ain't a freestyle.
I ain't either. But I mean,
I done heard you on that UNAD go back and forth the other day. You ain't gonna come on.
He a suit. They them boys tough, man. They real tough, man.
That song hard though. All bullshit aside,
I appreciate it,
man.
That's
I like
good shit. Where they can find that song at? iTunes, Spotify, what's
everywhere.
up?
Pandora, Spotify.
What's the name of the album? Let everybody know what's the name of the album.
So there's 2 albums out.
Okay.
My first official album was Muddy Water, and it was all produced at Damn It Boy, John Connor, David Ray. David Ray is actually. If y'all know who Jelly Roll is?
Yeah,
y'all heard of Jelly Roll?
Hell no.
No?
I know Jelly Roll.
All right, so Jelly Roll's like a Nashville. He
shout out to Jelly Roll.
Yeah,
Jelly
man.
Roll.
Yeah.
I want one.
But anyway, I ain't trying to name drop. Leave that alone. You know what I'm saying? They were both produced by Damn It Boy, but Muddy Water is everywhere. It was like in 2016, I think, when I dropped it, and then I dropped Fireproof last summer on 4th of July. It's been out. Damn, it's going on a year.
So they can find it on goddamn.
You can find it on YouTube, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music.
You on Pandora?
Shazam, Pandora.
Pandora.
He ain't bullshit.
Yeah, he on Pandora.
He ain't bullshit.
I got my own station over there.
Ooh, boy. You see,
Spotify too.
Catch this, man. You see how my boy just sit here and flex on. He just say it like it's just normal. Like,
yeah, I got.
Nah, man.
You know
What it is. I'm gonna tell you something. Anybody can do it.
Nah, for real.
Anybody can do it, man.
That's what's up.
It's it takes a certain amount of talent. Obviously, if you ain't but at the same time, the grind. You know what I mean? The grind is what separates the man from the boys in this business.
Because everybody got potential.
Yeah, for sure, man. But like, I seen some people outwork everybody that really like.
That shit only get you so far.
Yeah, it does. It does. I think that, and a team. You know, that's something I'm on. And let me tell you something. You was asking about where I could find this and that, but before I forget it, and just put this out there to everybody that's ever sees this podcast or any listens or like gathers anything from me, gets one thing from me. It's impossible to take it all away without a team.
Yeah.
It's like stepping into the NFL by yourself and trying to win a game.
This can't be done.
Or the NBA. Get out there and go out and play against the Lakers by yourself. You ain't gonna. What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's a whole thing, and even on and that goes. There's so many levels to that. You know what I'm saying? Because just the Lakers team is one thing. Well, what about management? What about the people that make sure they're logistically where they need to be at certain games on certain times?
Right.
Like there, and that's the truth, man. Because I butted my head against the wall for so long, and people are like, "Well, you changed your style." Instrumentation on the beats.
Yeah,
I'm still rapping the same way I was rapping when you first came around. I still, I try to mix it up between double time and regular time, and I try to keep metaphors and punchlines and all that stuff. All that stuff's important, but like you said, don't matter how good a rapper you are, if you ain't got a team and somebody that like you got to sleep at some point.
That shit hard.
So I got a question since we into this right now. What do you say? Do you think it's a time limit as far as how long it is while you're rapping? Because a lot of people
biggest lie ever told.
They be like, "Man, this is a young man's game. You got to be 25."
Biggest lie ever told. Biggest lie ever told.
To that you would say what?
Dr. Dre. Snoop Dogg.
You wouldn't
How old is
say-
Snoop Dogg?
but
Snoop
look at
Dogg
this, though.
70 yet?
Nah, but look
He
though.
old as
Snoop Dogg gets a damn discount at the buffet. Let me tell you
he
something.
old as fuck.
Nah,
You hear
but
me?
I'm
He gets that senior. He got to.
No, but I'm saying in the sense of somebody that haven't made it. See, they established their careers early.
It doesn't.
You know what
Well,
I'm saying?
I mean,
I'm talking about like, say for instance, I'm 30 and I want to rap now.
If you have the drive,
Yeah.
if you have the talent, and you have the team, I think you can still do it. I think that it's about a lot of people let their dreams die. They let other people's influence and their opinions like get them off track, and that's the worst thing you can do. It don't matter how old you are, as far as that's concerned, because look, the internet came along and changed everything. Record companies ain't running shit. The biggest internet. look at like Tom McDonald. Look at Tech Nine.
Yeah.
If you run his numbers, look at Tech Nine's numbers,
Yes.
and I'm a huge Tech Nine fan, and always have been. Not just because as far as rapping goes, the dude is a machine. Like that double time and triple time shit is nasty, and like it's he was ahead of his time. But independently, what he did grinding, man, like the
And
dude.
he made the Forbes, bro. I was seeing him on the Forbes.
So
list, and he's not even
you
made
can't tell
some.
him shit. You can't tell him shit. That's independent, and that's somebody that that's why I say what I say. Tech Nine was around in there's videos of him in like 92, 91 on the streets in LA rapping for people just right out on the beach walk. You know what I'm saying? He did not ever pop. You didn't hear him on a, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like he's
right.
not a Dre, he's not a Pac, he's not a Biggie, he's not a even on today's standards, he's not a T.I., he's not a nobody ever. He's way different, but at the same time, success is measured in so many different facets. Right. You can't the radio had people stifled out. Like you had to be this old, you had to be from the hood, you had to do this to make a professional gangster rap album. Well, they started realizing that without the record companies having that lock, there was a lot of open avenues that wasn't there before. When the internet come along, man, it changed the game for a lot of independent artists, and a lot of those rules changed. But here's the thing, man, and it doesn't matter whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's sports. There's obviously an age limit because my old ass ain't getting out there tackling nobody. I ain't running. I ain't from running from the laws even. They just gonna have to go and get me. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like fuck it.
Fuck this shit.
I ain't running. Just go on and I'll call my lawyer and fuck it. But I think anybody that especially you'll hear that from a lot of older artists that see other older artists not necessarily making it to those top tier numbers and getting hundreds of millions of views because people all the time like, bro, I get it all the time. Right. They're like, bro, how old are you? And I'm like, man, I'm 40 plus.
Right.
44. You know what I'm saying? So and stuff really didn't pop for me what, 6 years ago, 5, 6 years ago.
Later.
You know, I was always around, and I was, you know, back in Stop 6 Days. I was hanging out up there. I was doing freestyling. That's back when I still freestyled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And,
but you know what you did, though? I didn't mean to interrupt, but you know, I noticed that you did when we all went our ways. I noticed that you put yourself around successful people to get there.
That's that team.
I did notice that when I looked.
That's that team. That's that team stuff, man. And it wasn't nothing personal towards anybody.
Right.
You know, that whole separation, it was crazy. God works in mysterious ways. They say it over and over again. I'm telling you, like some of that stuff wasn't a choice. It just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like God was like, here you go.
Yeah.
You know, you gonna stay stuck or you gonna do something about it.
Yeah.
And when you ask about that shelf life and stuff like that, like, man, you know how many people told me, like, man, just you making this money pipeline, and why you even still messing with it, this and that, because it wasn't just a dream for me, man. It was like one of those things that I guess it is a dream in some ways, and that's the word they use to describe it. But for me, it was more like a conquest, man. It was like, to so many people, it was like, oh, you're a white boy from Clardy, Texas, and that's what separated me and that KC dude.
Yeah.
And that was you want to talk about a turning point in my life. So this dude literally, like, in my face, like we're arguing. Because I'm like, bro, I'm not into all this. I'm not gonna go spend all this money on this in the city recording when we can do everything we can do right here. For now, it's enough.
Yeah.
If we want to go to the city and go to a studio, why wouldn't we go to a name brand studio and just break them off some bread and just go that route? And he told me, man, you're a white dude. You're in your 30s. You're in the country. You ain't never gonna make it. And I looked at him in his face and I said, man, you so wrong and so fucking way far off. You have no idea. Like, I'll never quit. I'll literally be one of them dudes that they're like, man, that old head's still out there, still at it,
Bro,
and it may be a different, like use of the tools, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's about developing those tools and making those connections in the music business, man. I've met so many people from all walks of life and all different genres, man, and now stuff's opening up. I mean, literally, Morgan Wallen just did that record, that Broadway Girls, with that rapper. I can't remember his name, but there's literally, like, the doors open wide. There is no, like, Nelly's jumped on these country tracks. You've got all these different genres blending together and stuff, and I think that it's a beautiful thing. It opens up so many doors for everybody, especially a lot of us people that love music the way that we do. And it's, it's stuff like this, man, that separates us from a lot of the people that we used to mess with, because they gave up.
Yeah.
And nothing, like, I get it. You got to do what you got to do to keep your old lady happy, your family happy, whatever. But if you want it bad enough, anything in life, you gotta go get it. And it ain't no sleep. It's like, you gonna lose sleep. You gonna piss people off. You gonna find out real quick who's really down for you and who's not, because you never took it personal.
No.
We still the same as, you knew I had to move around. You knew, and same with you. Where'd you go? Denton or something?
The thing with me though, bro, like, when I did move around, it wasn't nothing personal, because then it was time for me to put people in positions like my brother behind the camera, my boy right here have his own podcast, or this dude in the studio. It was time for me to boss up, to put people in positions to win, only because you learn that from what you see. You know what I'm saying? So that's where my inspiration and everything, me being around y'all, learning the music aspect and the business part that y'all used to speak about that people didn't pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? So
you got something out of this shit.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And it was always, I always seen, one thing I can say that I didn't see about you, I never saw you with your head down when things wasn't going right.
Oh man.
Because it was a point in time where, when you was in the music and I was DJing for you, we was at a standstill. And that, if you never ran into a music standstill where you feel like nothing is going to work. Like, man, I don't even want to do it no more because it's not going nowhere. But I never seen him be like, man, fuck this. I'm finna go back to, because he was already making 6 figures.
That's their faith. That's their faith.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
He had that faith in
himself.
That's
why I told him, bro. And that's why I told him, like, he was already 6 figure, the guy, so he didn't have to do music.
Yeah.
And that's something I see. Just like me. I was a 6-figure guy when I was in Denton, but I left that to come back here to make change for the better in my people.
Yeah, and put some motherfuckers.
You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of similar, you know, the thing.
Money
isn't
all. Money isn't.
It's not.
It's overrated.
It's not.
I mean,
it is.
I got a guy that and he told me flat out. He said once you get to a point to where you can buy anything, nothing has value.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but I still like to see that. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna lie.
Let me find that shit out.
And it ain't even. You know what though? What it is with me, it was never about just me being successful. It was about my team succeeding, about my family feeling comfortable, about them not worrying about the same stuff I worried about growing up, man.
Yeah.
Like our lights gonna go off tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Am I gonna take a cold shower next week, or you know what I'm saying? Because I knew that I wasn't gonna do that, you know, and no matter what, but with the music, staying on the music stuff, man, like back to the original question about that shelf life, and this is for anybody that hears this, man. If you love it and you want to do it, don't let anybody tell you can't, because the only person in the long run that can make not is you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like that's the truth. Like a lot of people don't take that accountability, man.
Yeah.
And that goes along with accountability is one of the most forgotten things nowadays, man. People don't hold themselves accountable. You can hold everybody else accountable, but to look at yourself and be like, man, you shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Man, why
I
did
fucked
you?
up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, oh, if you didn't like, man, I had an opportunity to go meet such and such and certain,
I ain't even go do that.
and I didn't do that. You know what I'm saying? And now
you mad at the world.
Yeah, you know. So don't let anybody tell you can't. Always just keep pushing. Always, never give up. Never.
So, man, I know we get to a point where, you know, you get into the music and you on fire. And then you get to the point where you have a tragic loss in your family.
Oh, yeah.
Two
of them.
Yeah,
Two of them.
During music, what made you, I mean, if you want to go into detail.
Man, yeah.
What made
sure.
you not, with those tragic losses, what made you not give up? Because the things you suffered, any man would have kind of broke, I ain't going to say kind of, would have broke down. And you know what I'm saying? I mean.
I mean, this whole time, me growing up, I was one of those people that wanted to correct the things that my parents didn't do right.
Right.
I love my mama. She did a lot. You know what I'm saying? She did whatever she could with the tool set she was given. Same with my father. My father was from a broken home, so he, you know, as far as being a father, the tool set that he had wasn't, you know what I'm saying, like the best. So it was rough. You know, my daddy was a Hell's Angel ex-Vietnam vet. That tells you anything how crazy.
Yeah.
He blew up the garage with a meth lab. You know what I'm saying? So I come from a rough background.
All right.
You know, needless to say, my daddy dug himself out of a gutter. You know, he did the same thing I did. He got out on that pipeline and made that pipeline money and went from, you know, being just a broke country boy to having some money and stuff.
Yeah.
So the addiction was always there. But so that being said, whenever I was raising my son and my daughters, being a young husband with my wife and everything, I just really, everything in life, I tried to approach it like I wanted to be that model. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to be Heath Huxtable, or what was Huxtable? Cliff Huxtable.
Cliff Huxtable.
I want to be Cliff Huxtable. I want to be that dude. The kids all love him and still able to cut up and this and that. Now, we ain't going to go into what's going on since, but that, man, like, I just always wanted to be, you know, that ideal father and husband and all that stuff. And my son, you know, coming into that, and even with my father, but with my son, I was raising him to the same things that I've sat here and spoke about. Like, you've got to push through the hard times. It's going to be tough. There's going to, everybody, you're going to have, if you don't have haters, you ain't doing something. I mean, everybody's going to find every flaw, pick at every flaw that they can find in you to try and bring you down. The more you shine, the more they dig, the more they try to, you know, and you gotta learn to put them, I call them blinders now. You ever been to a horse race when they put them blinders on the horses? So all they see is the finish line. They don't let all that noise and all them hooping and hollering, drunk people in the stands, or the other horses racing next to them. They don't care.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, yeah. So that's what I was trying to teach to him, and I guess that's what helped get me through it. I lost my son in January 3 years ago to suicide. It came out of nowhere. It literally rocked my world. I lost my father the year before, and I was still trying to deal with his loss because of we had a very, very tumultuous relationship growing up. It was crazy. He was good sometimes he wasn't. Obviously, he had PTSD from Vietnam and all the stuff that he had been through, and trying to get away from other things that chasing his personal demons. But when we lost my son, it just I can't say that it didn't rock my world. I took a lot of time off and did a lot of soul searching and a lot of shaking my fist. I questioned my relationship with God at one point. But one thing I remember was my son was learning to play the guitar, and he was rapping, and he was using my dad's name for his MC name. My dad's name was Rex. Yeah. So he was Rex. You know what I'm saying? It was dope. You know what I mean? Dope. And some friends were teaching him to play guitar, and we were just telling him, yeah, man, you just got to stick to it no matter how bad it gets, no matter how, this and that. So in my head the whole time that I was away from music, and all these people were like, all my fans were like, because, I mean, they were constantly just in my inbox, just showering me with love, and, y'all were all reaching out to me and just letting me know that, y'all were here for me. I'm not gonna get choked up, man. No, I promised myself I wasn't going to, but I just knew that I couldn't. He's still being a Christian. I know he's still watching down. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. And the worst thing that I could do was go back on my word and let anything stand in the way of going as far as I can with it, and taking it to where I always said I'd stop when I would get on the radio. That was one of my things, and it's like, man, radio is kind of irrelevant nowadays. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's still there. Don't get me wrong, but it rang in my ears and in my head. It just was bouncing around in my head. Everything that I had told him, and if I don't, practice what I preach, if I don't walk the path that I was talking, then what was I doing? You know, and so I picked myself up and brushed myself off, and I made a song called Scars that never will. It's on YouTube, but it won't be released. I can't watch it without crying. You know what I'm saying? Like it was a real personal song about me trying to find some way to move on. And you never get over it. You get better, but you never completely recover from a loss like that. The dude was my best friend. He was bright kid, super smart, funny, had a good looking girl, you know what I'm saying, had the world going for him, and that him and that girl split up, and something, just a moment of weakness, but he was saved, you know what I'm saying? He got saved, and I believe that, if I'm a Baptist, so if you've been saved, you're going to heaven, you get washed in the blood, and they forgive you for your sins, and so I know he's there. And I use it on a daily basis, man. I've been through a whole bunch of health issues, and I use the same thing. It's like a year ago, I almost died. I went to the ER. My heart was 240 beats a minute, man. Rested. I had SVT. We called it supraventricular tachycardia or something. And I just knew that I was like, no, man, my family needs me, them daughters and my wife, and I got grandkids now, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm OG. I'm OG.
He said, I'm OG, big baby. I got to be here.
So I got to, and I had to change a lot of things. I was 400-something pounds. I lost 130 pounds.
Hey, that's what's up, man.
That's
what's up, man.
That's live right there.
Yeah.
So, but, to pick things back up, but just so y'all know, I have a movement. It's called #YouAreNotAlone. And it's to raise suicide awareness. It's to raise mental health awareness.
Oh, man.
So check it out, man. And man to man, I'm going to ask everybody in this room, man to man, if you know somebody that's reach out. If there's ever a question, or if y'all need somebody, if y'all see me online or see me out in public, like, hey, man, I'm struggling. I just need somebody to talk to. Reach out, because, look, man, this is why I'm in a different place in my life, because a lot of people, they're like, oh, I bet that dude fight. Yeah, I will. But don't get me wrong. I just feel like I'd rather instead of trying to be macho, I'd rather let my guard down and talk to them about the issues. Because if somebody's angry enough to put their hands on me, they're going, man.
They're going through something.
Because look, man, at the end of the day, we're all humans. There is no such thing as color in my eyes. I've told people that from the jump. That whole race thing was invented to try to be a separatist type thing. we're all floating on a big ass rock in space. I don't know if anybody's realized that or not. Aliens ain't gonna look at us. They ain't gonna look at us. They gonna look at us like ants.
Nah, for real.
You don't see. You know what I'm saying? So that being said, man, I just if you know anybody that's going through it or think they're going through it or somebody's alone, especially during this corona shit, man.
Oh my goodness.
So then people locked up and can't, it's just sad. So reach out to somebody, just tell them they love them, you know what I'm saying? And let go of the grudges.
The dumb shit, period.
Get that hostility out your heart, man.
You know,
it's poison.
I love you, brother.
It's poison. It's poison.
All
All that negative shit is all poison. And I think if somebody asked me how we could fix and right the things that are going wrong with America, it's real easy, man. Show some love. Everybody's tripping, man. Everybody wants to be mad and shit. And it's like we come together, we can solve anything. We keep on arguing about dumb shit, and we gonna be stuck in the same place. Trying to, people suffering, people dying over dumb shit. Like, nah, life's too short.
Give a motherfucker a hug.
For real.
Come here, girl. Just give me a hug.
Yeah,
You're gonna be all right.
Even if it's one of them like hard, flexed out hugs, like bring it in, and just even that though show.
Man, get somebody else.
Yeah, because we're all tuned. You know how it is. Oh, walk it off, man. Yeah. Boys don't cry. Yeah. Shit, man, I done been cut deep enough that I promise you.
Man, I got feelings too.
Nah, for real.
It's okay. It's okay. They need to normalize that shit. They need to normalize that shit. Because I'm gonna tell you something, man. One of the biggest proponents of my whole "You Are Not Alone" is y'all ever heard of Machito mixed martial arts jiu-jitsu?
I know
the toughest, the toughest dude I done ever met in my life. I promise you, he'd beat all of us up and laugh. Go home and never break a sweat. Just snapping arms, you know what I'm saying?
Let me tell you tell Vegito, he better come with the superhero. I'm gonna fuck him up, because I know whip your ass.
But you ever been around one of them dudes? It's like that's what he does for a living. Yeah. He's professional. He been in the UFC. Dude's a legend. And he told me something. He said, "You know what, man? Tough guys cry." He said, "If you can't cry, you ain't human. You ain't human."
Real,
and that's the truth, man. So I'm gonna get off of that. I don't mean to bring things down
that's good though, because we advocate a lot of with the mental health, and that's what. It's a big part, especially with us black men too. You know what I'm saying? And
men, period, though, bro. It's three men to every woman on suicide.
It is, bro.
That's the number. Think about that.
It is.
Think about that.
It's a lot.
That's crazy.
It's a lot.
And of those, you're absolutely right. Yeah. And it's teenage.
Oh man,
black teenage.
It's hard for them. It's hard for them. Everybody can't go. Everybody don't get scholarships. Everybody don't. You know what I'm saying? So
man.
Now he left out here.
We gotta. But we, as older men, have got to see those problems and confront them, because that let somebody else worry about it mentality. That's how we got where the hell we're at right now. And people get left behind, and people going in and shooting up in them schools, man. It's because ain't nobody ever went to them dudes and been like, "Hey, man, you going through something, man? You want? Come on, let's go eat. Let's go get a cheeseburger, man. Let's go talk about it. Let's just go talk."
That's real. I do that type of shit.
We have to, man. It's just that time, y'all. So anybody listening, it's that time.
It's that time, man.
I done been a bunch of cases. Motherfucker, some little homies in there. Man, I'm finna go. Hey, man, get in the car, man. Come on, man. Let's go.
All you gonna do is get locked up.
That's right, man.
And
by the time I get through, I'm dropping him off over his mama house. He finna go chill, play the game. He ain't even thinking about that shit no more, man. Because it ain't even that goddamn serious.
Boy, you done stopped some people from going to jail.
I done stopped a lot of people. I done stopped a lot of shit.
Yeah.
I ain't trying to be, what I'm saying? That's what I do. I don't want to see nobody get fucked off over no dumb shit, even though I be spazzing.
Yeah, I know you do.
But that's what us friends like. That's where we're here for you. You know what I'm saying?
I go holler at my partner, bitch. I need to holler at you.
As soon as it come out the live,
pick up that phone.
You know I'm calling you straight out the live.
You all right, bitch? Hell yeah, window shit.
Pick up that phone.
Man, the motherfucker.
Yeah, for real.
It happens though, man. It do. So, hey, man, before we get out there, man, I just gotta know, what would you classify your music and what genre is it? What is it? Hip hop, country? What is it?
Man,
country rap tune?
Look, man. So this is where I'm at. If you take and strip the instruments out of my music and strip the instruments out of rap music, it's still rap beats. It's still hip hop beats, man. It's just the instrumentation is different. I'm still rapping.
Right.
So is it a subgenre of country rock rap, southern rock rap?
Yeah.
I guess. I'm not one for labels, man.
It most definitely is.
It's music. You know what I'm saying? It's hip hop. It's rap. It does have rock tones. It does have, but it's got tones of H-Town. It's got tones of hip hop. It's got, I've always had a real wide like appetite for beats and stuff. So, man, without just saying any, like, I think it's just rap. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just rap. If you want to throw some country beats in there and say, yeah, he's got a little country taste, yeah.
So I don't think there's nothing wrong with saying country rap tune.
No, I'm not saying.
I like that fucking song.
I'm not saying it is, and it shouldn't come across like that. I shouldn't say that.
Yeah, because
so country rap tunes is cool, and I rock with that.
You know, and then you say you fucking with the H and your core about that, switch house. That's what Pimp C said. Pimp C said country rap tunes. So ain't nothing wrong with saying that shit. That's some fire ass shit. Bro.
Where do you think that puts you when you? I ain't gonna say when you chart. What genre do you think they'll put it on?
Man,
I know you probably.
So look, you know how so you know how distribution works, right?
Give me on that aspect, no.
So when you enter it in through your distribution company, they usually give you a main, or they give, some of them depends on which one it is. I think TuneCore switched it up.
Okay, yeah, I do know.
So where you load it is usually where they'll put it. So I'll do hip hop, rap, country, and rock, and I'll chart on all three.
Well, smart. Super smart.
Why? You know how many people have came to me?
But that's because it is rock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is country and it is rap.
That's smart,
but if you listen to some of these new like what's that kid Extension Tentacion?
Okay.
How the hell do you say his name? Triple X, whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, it's a lot of guitar. It's a lot of guitar in that stuff. It's a lot of alternative type rock guitar and a lot of their music.
Juice WRLD be doing that type of shit. I like Juice WRLD.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So they got charted in alternative. I never knew that shit.
Wow.
Yeah, they was charting on alternative
because I can see that.
Yeah,
I never listened to too many of them his songs.
What about Post Malone? What about Post Malone, man? Nobody gives that dude his respect, man.
Hip hop though,
bro.
Is he?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, but. Man, some of that shit sounds like he's singing more than he's rapping sometimes.
That's what they doing in this new rap shit.
But it's like it's genre bending. It's like it's so crazy.
That's melodic.
I'm just saying. So I don't know, man. I just feel like it's all music, man. The separation thing. I'm kind of rebellious towards the whole like. I'm one of those people. You can't group things into because each individual human is a human.
Right.
You know, when you start putting those labels, oh, he's a young white male or he's a young black male. That's a label. That's something like that doesn't matter.
Right.
Who is he?
Yeah.
Like when you walk up to him, what kind of person is that guy? All that other stuff, man. I think it's a lot of them elitists try to get us in that mind frame to where we don't realize we're all the same, man.
Right, for real.
You know, but. I get it, country rap tunes, and I won a country rap award like not too long ago. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, it ain't nothing wrong with it. I swear it ain't.
In the words of the young ones, no cap.
No kizzy, real shit.
Yeah, no cap.
No kizzy.
That shit's crazy, man.
Shout out to
Tennessee, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, hey, man.
He said ain't shit down at Tennessee. How that man said.
The good music.
Yes, Lord.
That's what.
Everybody got to go to Nashville at least once.
Man, take me.
I never been. I never been.
Oh, man, want to go because I ain't
ride out.
You supposed to take me, man.
Yeah, let's go.
We can go.
Shit, I ain't taking that shit.
We got to do Florida too.
We go both.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about. I was just talking about Florida the other day.
Let's go.
I'm trying to go.
All the time. Let me get this buzz.
Okay.
Let me get this buzz.
Yeah.
I'm finna need a DJ again too.
I know you ain't lying.
I'm finna.
Man, my hand's slippery. I don't even know what to do no more, man.
I don't even know what to do no more, man. Come on.
I don't even know what to do no more. Nah, man, but how can everybody get a hold to you on your social media?
Man, just hit me up. You definitely go follow me on TikTok because we're making a big movement over there, man. We finna drop a TikTok song called Shake and Bake, man. Yeah. I gotta talk about that before we get off here because. Rumor has it we're gonna have some cheerleaders on there. We're gonna have some people dancing on there and stuff. It's gonna be a good song. It's way out of my comfort zone. It's something new for me. And hit me up on TikTok. Hit me up on Instagram, Facebook.
What's the name?
Mike Manik, MICMANIK.
Yeah, like that.
Everywhere.
Mike Manik
everywhere. My boy got a
Pandora,
yeah. I thought that man said he.
I got a Shazam.
Ooh.
I got a damn Shazam.
He not fashion.
Shazam.
He not fashion.
Nah, man, we appreciate you for coming through, man. You know it's love, man. Like,
all the way.
Appreciate you for even taking time out your busy schedule.
I want you
to
come out from behind the ones and twos and rap one time again.
What you say?
On Cash.
What you say, man?
Mr. ALC. What you talking about?
Hey, man, you know, I don't know. I ain't wrote a verse.
It's really supposed to be freestyle and Mike Manik.
Come on, man.
We're gonna let you make
I'm gonna let him.
Let me make
it,
man.
I'm gonna let you slide this time. Your shoulder hurting, you on that pain med, so you know the mind might not be working as quick right now.
That's all good. We're gonna catch up, cause we're gonna get in that booth, man. We're gonna do that shit.
For sure.
Yeah,
man.
we do that.
Hey, tell them about your studio, man. You rocking and rolling with the studio.
Yeah, man. So here it is, man. If you serious, and I'm gonna put that like with a capital SE or all of it capital, like cap lock, like I'm yelling it. Serious.
He's not playing.
Yeah, I got a studio, man, and if you interested and you serious, I ain't hard to find. Holler at me.
Ooh.
I mean, if you looking for him, he ain't hard to find.
Yeah, we got beats on deck too.
Yes, Lord.
We got several producers.
What we gonna tell them, Mike, man? We gonna tell them what?
Fix your face.
Man. Just like that, man. If you ain't got the app, man, go get it, man. Cash Talk Radio 903. G's and Gents YouTube channel, man. Go subscribe to the channel, man. Me and my boy Rambo, we got man, we got a lot of guests lined up next week.
Man, it's going down.
Oh my goodness.
We got some shit lined up for y'all, and hey man, shout out to Oklahoma City. We finna come fuck with y'all, man.
This just
real shit. Y'all going to OKC?
Yeah, we going to OKC, man. We come with you, man. You come whenever you want to with us, man.
You can come, man.
You know what I'm saying? Just like that, man. Go get the app, man. iTunes.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? You get an Apple, Google Play Store. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Relentless coming soon.
Yeah.
New album coming soon. Relentless coming soon.
Shout out to everybody listening today on the radio. You know what I'm saying?
And go tell your mama, baby, daddy, her
mama now
to download this shit so they can tune the hell in.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, y'all definitely subscribe to my guys. Anybody that can see it.
Yeah, I'm trying to get that blue check mark like my boy right here.
I got you, bro.
To get a blue check. That's all we want to do, man.
We want to check.
You know what I'm saying? Apple Podcasts, you can look us up on there, G's and Gents. We everywhere, man.
Yes, Lord.
Just like it, man. Hey, man, take care of yourself. Mental health is serious, man. Again, like my boy say, you know what I'm saying? Get at it, man. What's the hashtag again, brother?
The hashtag is you were not alone.
You are not alone. Man.
And if y'all know somebody out there, you feel like they fucked up or something, you go holler at them. You go talk to them. We don't do nothing. We don't do none of that other shit. You know what I'm saying? Go holler at your partner. That's what that is.
Yeah, call your people, man. Just like
man.
that.
Check on your people.
G's and Gents Podcast, Mike, man. We out, man.
Yes, Lord.